Welcome to BeFM Drama. I'm your host, Ryan Estrada. This is the grand finale of our mini-series, The Kind. It's about a man named David and a woman named Julia who have fallen for one another. But there's a problem. Julia is a werewolf. She likes David, but she's afraid that if she gets too close, something terrible could happen to him during the full moon. So we'll now adapt the action-packed finale, episode 7 of The Kind. It's the evening of the full moon. David, Caleb, and Subu are back out at the bar for after-work drinks. It's an emergency boys' night, supporting David, who feels rejected by Julia. Each of his co-workers offers their advice on how to handle the situation. Subu has a lot of very good advice. Caleb has a lot of very loud advice.
Ugh, she won't even talk to me.
Just give her the space she asked for.
Another beer for my buddy here? He just got dumped.
I didn't get dumped, she's just scared.
I know you're at a stage where even a day apart feels like...
She's pushing you away before you can leave.
How can I prove I'm not going anywhere?
By listening.
By being there for her.
She doesn't want me there.
She will if you respect her wishes.
She doesn't want to hurt you, but she's convinced it's inevitable. So she's decided to get it over with. I do that to girls all the time.
You know, it is entirely possible that she just needs some time alone.
No, I mean, she's scared that she'll literally hurt someone, like with biting.
I do not like where this conversation is going.
If she's scared, you have to be strong. Why doesn't she lock herself up during the full moon?
She locks herself in her apartment, but I guess that isn't enough.
I can see the wheels turning. You're concocting a ridiculous plan that you know isn't going to work out well for anyone. You're going to try and drag both of us into it.
How about a leash?
Well, that's not gonna hold a werewolf, is it?
I'm not gonna let you get me all caught up in your madcap plan. I won't do it. I won't be that guy.
Handcuffs?
Wouldn't that hurt?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. You know my number. It's my turn to drive to the hospital, so feel free to call.
Subu leaves. The other two are so wrapped up in their terrible plan that they don't even notice.
Not if you get soft handcuffs.
Where can you get soft handcuffs?
Caleb walks out of a store called Fun and Fantasy, holding a pair of fuzzy pink handcuffs.
Okay, you go in and we'll guard the door.
They stand outside of Julia's apartment. David holds the cuffs.
Who's we?
What happened to Subu?
I think you went home.
Caleb looks down and realizes that Biju is there.
All right, me and the dog will guard the door.
I thought you said these would keep her inside.
I want to make one thing clear. While I am accepting ownership of this idea, I never once claimed it was a good one with any likelihood of success.
But everything will be okay, right?
Sure, why not?
David heads up to Julia's apartment. Like she said, the key is under the mat. He slowly creaks open the door and steps inside.
Hello? Julia?
He peers into her bedroom and finds her fast asleep. Next to the bed is the prescription bottle she mentioned that helps her sleep through the transformation. David gently takes her hand. He cuffs her to the bed.
There. Now you'll be safe.
He slowly backs out of the room and shuts the door so she can sleep. He heads into the kitchen.
Now, what do werewolves eat?
He opens the fridge and finds it empty.
Everything, apparently.
On the floor is a big bag of dog food.
Ah, there we go.
Just then, the clouds part and the full moon appears in the sky. David drops the bowl of vegetable on the floor. He walks over to Julia's bedroom and gingerly puts his ear to the door.
Julia?
Hearing strange noises, he slowly pushes the door open to check on her. David is not quite sure what he expected, but what he sees in the dark is terrifying. He immediately jumps into flight mode and dives away without even thinking to close the door. He jumps into a closet and shuts himself inside just as giant footsteps storm out of the room. He hears razor-sharp claws tap against the floor, heavy breath pour out from between razor-sharp teeth. David shivers in fear. Everything suddenly got real. He did all of this. He betrayed Julia's trust. He invaded her privacy. He ignored all of her wishes and warnings. He's acted so recklessly. And then he does it again. He slowly opens the door to get a quick peek. Out from the crack, he sees a giant gray wolf, bigger than a horse, stalking the living room, wearing Julia's shredded pajamas like a scarf. He slams the door shut, knocking a shoebox off the top shelf. It bumps him on the head and spills out a bunch of old papers, photos, and clippings. One photo catches David's eye. It's a picture of Julia, a little younger, longer hair, arm in arm with a big, burly man with mutton chops.
Your ex? I promise I'll treat you better than this guy did.
But there's another piece of paper there. David flips over to the newspaper clipping behind to see what it is. He sees the same photo, a little grainier. Over the headline, "Local man killed in freak animal attack." Then, in that moment, David finally puts it all together.
She ate him!
David screams and runs out of the closet.
She ate him, she ate him, she ate him!
He tries to make a break for the door, and the surprised wolf suddenly follows.
She ate him, she ate him, she ate him.
David makes it to the hallway and tries to shut the wolf inside, but its giant paws catch the door before he can shut it.
Oh, she ate him! She ate him, she ate him, she ate him, she ate him, she ate him.
Before he can lose a finger, David decides his only hope is to try and outrun the beast. He books it down the blood-red stairs, the wolf following closely after.
She ate him!
David bursts through the ground floor entrance and runs out to warn Caleb.
Caleb, she ate him!
Oh, hey, David.
David runs past Caleb, who doesn't move and doesn't seem to notice anything strange about the situation. The wolf bursts right through the door, right after him.
Oh, hey, Julia.
The wolf pounces on Caleb and rips his arm from his body. Blood sprays everywhere. The wolf could surely kill him. Until David tries to sneak by to rescue his dog, sees his friend's lifeless arm in the wolf's mouth, and screams. The wolf drops the arm and runs after David instead. Bijou rolls his eyes. He didn't need help. He casually watches the slaughter unfold. David runs down the street, pursued by a massive blood-covered wolf the size of a galloping truck. He calls for help for Caleb on his phone.
Hello, 911. We've got a man down near 11 Mile in Curry. What happened? No, we're not going there. No way, man. I know how that goes. I tell a crazy-sounding story, you assume it's a prank call and hang up, and my friend gets left to die. No, not going there. No, sir. Yeah, just put down that he got shot or something. Yeah, someone shot his arm off. Sure, yeah. Look, I kinda have to go. You're on this, right?
As they run through the suburbs, all of Julia's clients' dogs hear the commotion and recognize Julia's scent. Selena, Gibbs, Elmer, and Young Tong all run out of their home and join the chase. David is now being pursued by an entire pack. Granted, the Chihuahua is not that much of a threat, but it doesn't make him feel any better. They chase him into the dog park. David heads straight for the bench where he and Julia usually sit. He tries to leap over it, but misjudges the jump and trips. He falls to the ground and tries to hide in the dark and looks away from the wolf. And then, shock! He feels sharp teeth tear into his leg. Is this it? He's been bitten by his own dog.
Bijou!
The wolf hears this and leaps over the bench after him. David runs away with Bijou still lashed onto his leg. David runs out of the park, into the busy downtown area. As he passes by the main art theater, the wolf tears through the crowd of people. One man gets in the way, and the wolf lifts him up in her massive jaws. This gives David enough time to run away to the end of the block. David looks back to see the wolf eviscerating this stranger. He needs to get away, but the light is red. Julia did tell him to watch out for the light. He looks back and sees the wolf is running toward him again. Just as the light turns green, he runs so fast that Bijou finally falls off of his leg. The angry, bloody wolf chases him all through downtown, passing all the bakeries and cafes they visit on their dates. The wolf catches up and sinks her jaws in and tears out a massive chunk of his brand new vintage jacket. But David is still okay. He tries to take a shortcut through the bar. But the wolf follows. Patrons run and scream in panic as the chase continues to the back door. Julia's friend Welton scoots as far into his booth as he can to escape the pandemonium and realizes that no booth is far enough away. They burst out the back door and into the alley. David is getting tired, but he has to keep running. The wolf makes one last pounce and pins him to the ground. She She sniffs his face. The blood from her jaws drips onto his nose. This looks like it's it. But David decides he is done running. He sits up and puts his hands on the wolf's shoulders.
Julia, it's me, David.
David stands up and faces the wolf.
I know you said you wouldn't recognize me, but somewhere deep down inside you have to know who I am.
She cocks her head to one side. David steps slowly backward without breaking eye contact.
I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. I'm sorry I hurt you and scared you. I screwed up. Sometimes people have emotions they can't control. I hope you, of all people, can understand that.
The wolf is startled by this act of confidence. She folds her ears back and puts her head down.
I know why you're mad. Instead of listening to what was bothering you, I just kept telling you it would be okay, but that's not necessarily true. Bad things do happen. Bad things happen to you, and to people you love, things are not always okay. What I meant was that even if things aren't okay, that's okay. I love you for better or worse, Julia. Things will go wrong, and I may not know how to handle these things yet. But I have a lifetime to figure it out. I'd like that lifetime to last longer than tonight. But no matter how long it lasts, I'd like to spend it with you.
David holds his arm out for the wolf to sniff, just like Julia taught him. This startles the wolf. It swipes at David with its giant razor-sharp claws and tears his stomach open. David is in a lot of pain, but still alive. He runs away past the dumpster where he first met Julia. He ducks under the open, rusted door. The wolf, just like last month, clips the door and yelps in pain. David is still worried about the woman he loves, even if she's turned into a wolf, and runs back to see if she's okay.
Julia, are you?
The wolf is not finished trying to eat him, and he has to jump into the dumpster to escape. The wolf can't fit inside, but tries tearing through the trash to get to him. Until it gets tired, it curls up under the dumpster door and goes to sleep. It's morning. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and the alley looks far less threatening. Curled up, covered in blood, fast asleep under the dumpster, is Julia, her shredded pajamas covering her like a blanket. She suddenly wakes up with no idea how she got there.
What happened?
David pops his head out of the dumpster, covered in blood and garbage.
Oh, hey Julia.
Oh my god, David! Are you okay?
I'm fine. Take my jacket.
Climbs out, takes off his torn, bloody jacket, revealing 3 deep claw marks torn out of his chest and stomach.
What is that?
Oh, don't worry, those are just claw marks. I didn't get bit.
Julia looks at David with loving concern.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine.
The concern leaves her face as she gives him a much-deserved punch.
What did you do?
Ow!
David doubles over in pain.
Oh jeez, you really are hurt, aren't you? Let's get you to the hospital.
Maybe just a stitch or two.
The two walk away, leaving a trail of questions and blood.
We should go check on Caleb anyway.
What happened to Caleb?
Don't worry, he texted me. He'll be fine.
Okay.
He is missing an arm, though.
What?
Hey, are we still in for that thing at my parents' house tonight?
What?
It's Friday.
You still want me to meet your parents? I almost murdered you.
Well, I realized that... Oh, man, I did a little speech about this. I guess you don't remember it.
What was the speech?
Oh, shoot, now I can't remember it either.
To dream of invisible things.
Back in the emergency room, Subu is now on clipboard duty. David is sitting dazed and torn apart. Julia has shredded clothes and a face covered in blood. Caleb is missing an arm. The doctor is not sure what to make of all of this.
Remind me never to hire a dog walker.
Biju, on the other hand, he's still in the dog park. He may have never figured out how to solve the cookie and the ball puzzle that Julia got him, but he got something even better. He took Caleb's arm.
Are you sure you want to do this? We don't have to do this.
I think you're more nervous about this than I am. You act like your parents are gonna hate me.
No, it's just that they're really traditional, and I hope they don't freak out.
I'm used to freaking people out. I can handle freaking people out, as long as you're not freaked out.
Never. Oh. Mom? Dad? This is Julia.
Ah, yes, her. Hello, dear. David told us he was bringing you. Herb will take you to the garage to put your coat. We don't want the dogs to smell it. Are you sure you can't get it from kissing?
God, Mom, we talked about this. It's not a full moon.
Okay, everyone into the dining room. I made a roast beef, dear. I didn't know if you eat your meat raw or not, so I left some uncooked.
Cooked is fine, Mrs. Duncan.
You know, Mom, Julia has a bachelor's degree in graphic design, and next year...
Oh, tell me, dear, just how does one become a werewolf?
Mom!
It's okay, Dave. I was working at a summer camp. I heard a noise. I went out to investigate, and I just got bit.
Our David has never been bitten by a werewolf.
Mom!
That we know of.
Dad!
That reminds me of how David and I met.
Does it ever bother you, being a werewolf?
Not really. It only happens during full moons, and I don't remember anything after. The rest of the time, I'm just a normal person.
I thought you said you were an arts major.
Oops! Oh, just leave it, dear. Huh? David and I will go to the kitchen and get something to clean that up with. Won't we, David?
Mom, please.
So, the reign of destruction begins.
It was a glass.
My best glass.
You're the one who begged me to introduce you.
That's when I thought she might give me grandchildren, not puppies.
Son, I just wanted to make sure you were carrying protection.
Dad.
It's a silver bullet.
Dad! Look, you guys have to treat Julia with respect. She's a human being most of the time.
Oh, I just don't know why you couldn't find a nice, normal girl.
You better get used to her, Mom. I'm gonna ask her to marry me.
What did she break now?
I think she heard us.
Oh, shoot. She has super wolf hearing, doesn't she? Oh.
I'm sitting on the other side of the door.
So you, heard that, huh?
Yes!
Oh, jeez, I was gonna do this right. I was gonna get a ring. You remember the one that you,
Yes!
Well, I was hoping to...
Ask the stupid question.
Will you marry me?
Yes!
Huh. Well, I guess she'll be back for Christmas. Do werewolves celebrate Christmas?
I think just Halloween. Thank you for listening to BeFM Drama. This was the 6th and final episode of The Kind, written by me, Ryan Estrada. It starred Aaron Wooktae as Julia Hobson, Michael Payne Wheeler as David Duncan, Chris Tharp as Caleb, Abe Puri as Subu, Andrew Murphy as Dr. Marco, Sarah Golding as Ida Duncan, and me as Herb Duncan. Music in this episode includes Love Dream by the Zombie Dandies, as well as She-Wolf in My Heart and Just Run by Sergei Cheremisinov, all of which released under Creative Commons Attribution licenses. Night of Shining Armor is by Silent Violet and is used with permission from the artist. Welcome to the Show, Laconic Granny, Feral Chase, Chase Pulse Faster, Supernatural, and Transition 1 are by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech, which are also released under a Creative Commons Attribution license. You can also read the entire original graphic novel for free at ryanestrada.com. Thank you for listening to BeFM Drama.